with the whole of Uganda really, to go around our heritage sites. Yesterday she was in Mengo, so she'll be in Kasubi Tombs in another hour or so. She will do the Kabaka's Trail, she will go to Murchison Falls. She's going to name a rhino in Uganda and Siwa. She is going to do all things Ugandan. And as she does that, in her international station, Spice is going to get all eyes on Uganda. And that is why we really, really celebrate you. Your talent is no doubt, but your love for this country and what you've expressed so far, we don't take that for granted. So welcome again, and I hope you're setting a precedent. History is being made. May no other international artists come to Uganda and not explore Uganda. I declare, in the name of Explore Uganda, any other international artist who cross into the shores of Lake Victoria and beyond must explore Uganda, starting with Kabaka's Trail, the lake, and onwards up to Nakasongola and beyond. So thank you for setting the precedent. We are going to now make it, I think, standard. I have my team here with me from Uganda Tourism Board. So we are committing that this is one of many other endeavors that we are going to explore and partner with the Uganda Kingdom. So thank you very much for receiving us here at Katikkiro. We are very excited. Hope we see you on Saturday. We need representation from the kingdom because Spice will be doing her thing, a Jamaican thing. So welcome again and thank you very much, everyone.
Once again, just like you say, one day or 2 days back, our guest was on one of the radio stations and she was asked, we are going to give you a name, but in Uganda we have various regions. You have the north, you have the west, you have the central, you have the southeast. Which region would you wish to go into? And she said, I speak Central. From there, they named her Nashimon in the Fume clan. So we're going to hear what you have to say, because usually the Timakan but today here in Korea HDO. Right now, allow me to welcome Nashimoni Spice to begin this presentation.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And good, is it evening yet or still morning? Good afternoon. Okay, afternoon. Good. Okay, it's not yet noon. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It gives me great pleasure to be here. And just sitting here in your presence of everyone, I'm just taken into awe of just the love. I feel so welcome. I feel so at home. I feel like I don't want to leave, like I belong here. I was getting a history lesson from the Prime Minister earlier that Jamaicans may be from Uganda mostly or some from Nigeria. But the bond that I feel here, the love, the comfort, I don't know, maybe I was different because I feel so at home when I'm here. Something about just being around I want you to know how grateful I am to be here, to exploring your culture. It means a lot to me, which is why I decided to stay for 9 days, because I wanted to explore more. So I'm very grateful to be experiencing your food. I always say as a Jamaican woman that Jamaicans cook the best. But let me tell you something, I started eating your food. The way you prepare your meal, I'm very hard to please. Let me just start by saying before I finish my sentence. It is absolutely amazing, well seasoned, well cooked, delicious, and I have been enjoying your food. I've tried to one of banana, matoke, so far. I'm about to try Rolex today. They told me to make sure I get the street one, don't get none of the chicken. I want to get the street one for the Rolex. But I just want you to know that I've been exploring your culture, and it has been amazing. The music, the way you love dancehall, the way you've been celebrating my music and culture, the exchange of culture, it's just absolutely amazing. I'm very gleeful. It's an honor to be here, to just be accepted among you guys. I want to thank you so much wholeheartedly. I also want to greet the Spirit of God, because these are things that I pray for. To be into rooms that I never even imagined that I would be. Like, who would have known? I'm a little poor girl from Jamaica, and my slogan is from homeless to greatness, because I've worked my way to the top. I'm self-made. And so I just want to let you know that when I was fighting even for black hypocrisy back in my country, it was for moments like this, where young girls, black women who look like me can be reminded that dreams can come true, and that you can walk into rooms like this and be loved and appreciated wherever you are. You just have to believe in yourself. I just want to leave you with my motto, which is good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes better and your better becomes best. Big up to Father God for being here among you guys. I'm very appreciative. Thank you all so much.
We need to have the particular speed limit. But before you come in, you see what? Spicy is known better for performing well on the social media and internet. She has a song with Sean Kwan Shaggy. The song has over 797 million views on YouTube. She has a song called So Me Like It, her own, and it has over 139 million views. That's how for you. She's a queen of dancehall. That's what she referred to that side. And she's here for a concert called Let's Spice. Let's Get Spice. It's a few hours telling you to be there. I think it would be good for you to get spice. Let's do as we come to speak. Next to her is Tony Nahania. She likes calling herself Paula, the CEO of Africa One Water. They aided in the Mengo project. There with Safari Beats and Malawi Weekend. These elegant women in the elegant dresses are dressed by Mishona Design. Oh, really? You know what, Mishona? The hand can welcome which you are trying to
I am very pleased, Mark. Welcome to incredible dance artist, Spice, our sister from Jamaica. I think I was waiting for what I was going to say next. Where is the seat of the 900-year-old kingdom? We call it Bulange. Yeah, that's the alternative name for this place. Some of the people here may know that Jamaica got independence in August 1962, turning her into an independent constitutional monarchy. Within the Commonwealth realm, I think the King of England is the head of state. And by that time, Britain had 100 years, by 1962. Uganda too got independence in 1962, in October. And the British have been here for 60 years, almost 60. However, the Kingdom of Uganda, at whose seat you are right now, is a constituent part of the country known as Uganda. But by 1962, when we got independence from the British, the kingdom had existed for over 850 years. So the kingdom of Uganda is older than the country Uganda, because Uganda is really the creation of the Europeans, the British. But I'm very pleased that you are in the continent of your ancestors. Kingdoms like the repository of our heritages, our traditions. And I think the soul of the African people is embedded in the heritage of our people. That's why music is vital. Music, as they say, is food for the soul. It's derived from the inner feelings, the inner beings of those who write it, those who perform it, those who are entertained by it. That's what music does. It breaks barriers. And Africans tend to have a natural rhythm. I've never found a scientific expression for this. A child deep in the village, when he hears the sound of a drum, that child will move the foot to the beat of the drum. Maybe because we have these natural barriers in Africa, the forests, and the lakes, and the rivers, and the mountains, and the wild animals, and maybe music is what connects the African people. Maybe that's why we got the natural rhythm. Music has thrived within the black race. So that's why I find black people. Music thrives. We discriminate against. You know, the artist may be denied because of the kind of harmony that can happen. That happens. That happens. But what comes from that artist's mouth? What comes from Spice's mouth? You know, expressing the inner feelings, the soul within that skin color. That cannot be enchained. Nobody can discriminate against that. And an artist like Spice is the perfect ambassador of Uganda and our kingdom. I love artists, I love musicians. I interact with them whenever I can. The minister brings them all the time, and I'm at home when I'm with them. Actually, I asked Spice about Spice Diane with Uganda, and she told me the communicates. And I told her I would send Spice Diane a message, maybe through the minister or somewhere, that she should get inspiration from you. Winston Churchill was the British Prime Minister. I'm sure everyone from Jamaica has heard the name. He called Uganda a part of Africa. You had Juliana called Uganda a part of Africa. It's not original map. It's from Winston Churchill, and it's one of his lyrics in our national anthem. And you know, I think he was right. Besides the motorbikes, we call them border borders. You've seen them in Kampala.
I was on one.
You were on one. You are very brave. Besides those and the horrendous traffic, Uganda is one of the most beautiful countries in the African continent. I hope you travel outside the urban areas and you go to the countryside. You will agree with me when I say that Uganda is one of the most beautiful countries in the African continent, probably in the world. I've been around a little bit, and there are very few countries like Uganda. You know, and the places you visit, like the Kasuli Royal Tombs, that's where 4 of our past kings are in charge. The Mother's Shrine, you were there in Mengo. Those are an expression of our heritage. And the world needs to know more about Uganda. You know, the world knows very little about Uganda. I'm not so sure that before you invited here, you are the mountain gorillas. I don't know if we will have time. You should go and see the big cats. You know, people know about the big cats, the lions, the leopards. But our heritage, our culture, our way of life, our food. I'm happy to like our food. Even our music are some other attractions which should bring in visitors from all over the world. The big cats are everywhere. When you go to Tanzania, you go to Kenya, the big cats exist everywhere. You know the lions, I know the leopards, even in South Africa, even in Namibia, they are there. But Uganda's cultural tourism is unique in my view because, like, we have the oldest kingdom in Africa, the kingdom of Uganda. When you get to learn about it, there are lots of things to explore and learn, things that will interest you. Considering that you look like somebody with an inquisitive mind. So, yeah, you are the right ambassador, I can say that again. So let me finalize. You know, the artists don't want long speeches. But I also welcome in a special way these little beautiful people. Welcome. Especially the young nominations, so beautiful. Make good use of your beauty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Spice, for coming. Now, I understand you've been given so many names. But you haven't met the Katikkiro, the kingdom of the Prime Minister. All those people who gave you those names don't even have the authority to do so. So please cover all of them. Now I'm going to give you a name. And I've written it here so that you don't forget it. Your name is Nambula. I'm going to tell you what it means. And you belong to the Nkula clan. Nkula is the rhinoceros. The bravery, the strength, the courage of that animal is what I see in you. That because you heard what she said. Where she came from. Look where she is. She must belong to the Nkula clan. And that's one of the most revered names in that clan. You know, here we're talking names according to the clan to which you belong. All of the people you see here belong to different clans. And the names, when people tell you there is a gentleman called the Kakande, who is the guy who covers. What's your name? Kakande. He's right there. I knew he belongs to the Mengo clan. That's the core personality. But you tell me your name and I know the clan you should belong. That's how it is. Yeah, that's how our forefathers crafted that social system. It's a book you don't know what you know. That's your name. Now, I've got a few gifts for you. Probably they remind you about the visit to the seat of the Kingdom of Uganda. This is a little booklet, the brief history of the Kingdom of Uganda. You can read it over a cup of coffee, and you get to understand what the kingdom stands for. Because when we talk, there are cameras, there are people around you, not much things, but over a cup of coffee, we grow the best coffee in Africa, by the way, Uganda. So people shouldn't give you tea. I know Jamaican drink a lot of tea, but you should start drinking Uganda coffee. But anyway, as you do so, you can read that little booklet. It reminds you of the basics. And this little coffee mark is made out of Ugandan bamboo. Now, the lion symbolizes royalty. In Uganda, we call God many names, so 72 titles. One of them is named Pologoma, the clan to which he belongs. The clan in which Julian married and Pologoma. That's the symbol. And this is made out of bamboo, Ugandan bamboo. These words are in Uganda, whereby Katikkiro. Thank you for visiting Katikkiro, Prime Minister. So I hope you take your copy from this little map. And this bag, this is the map of which our forefathers invented